For thousands of years, we've been using cumbersome and crude slabs of iron to work out. It's time for a revolution. It's time for Vitruvian. So I've been working in the health and fitness industry for almost 30 years. And it's funny that the equipment that I've used at the very beginning hasn't changed at all in that time. And in fact, if you look throughout history, even the gyms from 2,000 years ago look very like the latest fitness franchises that you enter today. While technology has advanced so much and transformed every other industry, it seems that the fitness industry has completely stood still. So what's wrong with just using weights? Well, there's so many things that you need to think about when you go and work out. If you go work out in a gym, it is very cumbersome. There's all these different types of machines. You got to change all these weights around. You got to figure out what weights you're going to lift, how many sets, reps. So it really is off-putting for the vast majority of people. Now finally, technology and innovation is coming to the fitness industry, and it's so exciting. Instead of using these big slabs of iron, we can use electromagnetic resistance, essentially electric motors, to give us the resistance that we need. And it gives us so many advantages over just chunks of iron. So the first big advantage of using these electric motors as resistance is that you can generate a lot more resistance than the machine or the weight has to weigh. So in the case with the Vitruvian, you get up to 440 pounds of resistance in a machine that only weighs 65 pounds. You could literally hold it over your head. The next huge advantage compared to using weights is that you can get much smaller increments. In the case with Vitruvian, you're getting all the way from as little as 2.5 pounds in 1 pound increments all the way up to 440 pounds of resistance, which is much better than using free weights or machines. It'll automatically set the weight on every exercise for you, so you don't even have to think about what weights that you're lifting. It'll remember from last time. And as you get stronger, it will continuously adjust to you, so you're always getting the right weight set without having to think about it. You can do your whole workout just on this one machine. It's very easy and fast to go from one exercise to another. They use this quick release method to change up the attachments. So overall, your workout is so much more convenient, not having to set the weight. It's automatically going to adjust for you, and you can do all your exercises in one place. So all this is great that you're going to get this huge amount of convenience by using this technology, but is it as effective as using weights? Well, actually, it's even more effective than using weights for a number of reasons. Now, firstly, when you lift weights, there's certain parts of the movements that are easier and certain parts that are harder. Now, when you're just using weights that's using gravity to give you the resistance, you can't change the resistance throughout the motion. But with the Vitruvian, using electromagnetic resistance, it has these advanced features that is calculating 1,000 times every second so that it maximizes the effectiveness on every part of the repetition. So that's amazing, and it makes it even better than using free weights. So one of my favorite modes using the Vitruvian is the eccentric only mode. Now, eccentric training is basically on the negative part. So if I lift a weight, that's called concentric. But as I lower the weight, that's eccentric. Now, you're stronger on the eccentric, the negative part of a lift, than you are on the positive. So in other words, let's say the maximum you could lift is 100 pounds on a barbell curl. Well, you could actually resist 140 pounds because you're 40% stronger on the negative. But the problem again using conventional weights is, well, how do you get, if you can't lift 140, well then you won't be able to start it unless you got someone to help you up with it. On the Vitruvian, you just set it on eccentric mode, so there's no resistance on the positive, and then it'll overload the eccentric. And that gets a much deeper part of the muscle, parts of the muscle that you won't get from concentric training, and is much more effective. I remember putting together a workout based on this science 10 years ago, but it was very cumbersome. It was where you had to lift things up with 2 hands and then go down with 1 arm, because obviously then you can get more weight up on for it. The same with the squats. You literally go up with 2 legs and down with 1. Very difficult, and then you got to balance. This machine makes it so easy to implement super maximal eccentric training, and it's fantastic for results, something that you'll never be able to get with the conventional weights. There's no question in my mind that in the future, you go to gyms, they're going to be using this instead of weights. It's just a matter of time. Now, the great thing is you can avail of this today with the Vitruvian machine. From my point of view, I think it's the best implementation so far of this technology. And I'm very excited because I think it will lower the entry level, where it takes away the complexity and the intimidation of using weights in gyms or even at home. It's going to make it so much easier, so much more convenient, and it's so much more effective. And in my mind, there's no question that this is the future of resistance training.